All right, today we are playing updated Mono Black Devotion. This was a deck I made a short with, and a lot of people sort of wanted to see that deck played. So I threw something together a few weeks ago, maybe longer than that, and played it, but it wasn't really tuned. So this is an updated list. Set's been out for a while now, so we have information, and I've played a bunch of games with it, sort of been tuning it. And yeah, this is it. This is Mono Black Devotion. I guess I'll call it Overlord Devotion with the new Overlord of the Balemurk. But yeah, it's based around Great Merchant of Asphodel. And yeah, let's just get into it. I'll explain things. So first off, there's 3 Fatal Push, not 4. You don't have treasure tokens from Fable. You don't have blood tokens from Blood Tithe Harvester. And there are a lot of 3 and 4 mana cards you want to deal with. So I decided that I was just going to play more 2 mana removal. Anoint can deal with Slasher, which is really nice, and Enduring Innocence. Heartless Act is really good against Archfiend of the Dross. Also, it can answer things like opposing Bloodletters, Shieldreds. So yeah, that's why that's there. I have 1 Field of Ruin. It's just a fine card, but also it enables Revolt for Fatal Push, which I think is pretty important. It's something that can be difficult to do, so that's why there's less Fatal Pushes. Standard Thoughtseizes. Already explained the removal. Gifted Aetherborn is just a devotion card. I think the card is pretty bad. But I don't really know what's better or what to play instead. I think it needs to be something that helps with devotion. And I could be wrong on that. Like, maybe you just play more good cards. But you want creatures for Overlord, and you want devotion. So I just picked a 2-drop that was best at doing those things. So Gifted Aetherborn. You could play like the Demigod, the one that exiles cards from the graveyard. But I think this is better than that. And then now we can start talking about Overlord of the Balemurk. So one of the coolest things about this card is that it adds 2 black devotion for 2 mana, but also not double black. So like if you have a swamp and a Field of Ruin or a Mutavault or a Nykthos, you can play this on turn 2, and then you'll get the double devotion, which is nice because it'll increase your Nykthos and your Great Merchant damage. And then also it helps you assemble some of the combos in the deck. So the first combo we can talk about, like, it's a good Magic card. Straight up, it's not necessarily the most powerful thing you can do in Pioneer, but it's a fine card on rate. But what the combos in the deck it helps with is Unstoppable Slasher and Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Everyone knows this by now. It's an instant win if your Slasher connects. But the other combo that we tried before was Grey Merchant with Bloodletter. So if you have these together, it's just 10 damage alone. It's very easy to just have that number be larger. And another thing that's appealing, especially about Grey Merchant, that I've noticed in this deck, is if you don't have the combo, sometimes people will just let you hit them with the Unstoppable Slasher, because it's just they're using their life as a resource. Maybe they don't want to trade their creature because it inhibits them developing the board the way that they want to, and they know that the damage the Slasher is going to do is going to fall off because you take a huge chunk the first time, then you take less and less. And if you think you can race it that way, that's great. But in this deck, that's not the case, right? Because you have Grey Merchant. So if they take a hit, all of a sudden, your Grey Merchants almost will instantly kill them. So that's one thing that's cute. So this is an instant win. Together, this is a huge amount of damage. And also, Slasher kind of ends up being a combo with Grey Merchant, just because if they take the hit, these are so much more threatening than they would be normally. So a lot of synergy between these 3 creatures, and Overlord helps with devotion as well as finding these sort of combo pieces. So that's really cool. And then we have Unholy Annex, this is just an incredibly powerful card. Whether you're playing demons or not, it's really good with Mutavault. It's very good. It's good with devotion as well. You can cast both or unlock both parts of the room, then you get 3 devotion. So that's nice. And then Archfiend of the Dross is another just a great demon. And it hits for large amounts of damage, similar to Slasher, and then you can finish people off with Great Merchant, so that's really cool. Random Liliana, not too much to this. I think it's just a solid card. You play against things like Blue-White Control on occasion, and I think it's just one of the better interactive devotion pieces, right? Like, you get an Edict and 2 black mana, so that can be nice. Mana base for mono black. Castle is one of the standouts. Hive is obviously great. Takenuma is just going to go and you're just going to see these cards forever. They just made Swamp better. And then Mutavault, of course, for the Unholy Annex, and it's just a solid card. I already commented on Field Rune for mostly Fatal Push. And then Nykthos, which maybe there could be more Nykthos. I don't think you need them, but you do have good ways to use your mana with specifically Castle Locthwain, and to an extent Ritual Chamber, just like sinking mana into that is nice. Overlord of the Balemurk 2 is another way to use a lot of mana. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. I've been playing this for a few days, kind of working on it and tuning it. I'm pretty happy with this list. I think the curve's solid. I think the spells make sense. So it's relatively well tuned. It needs more work, and I don't know if it's the most competitive deck, but I've done my best for the mono black devotion enjoyers to, you know, sort of make it into something more than it was before. Side deck, I'm not sure what the side deck should be, to be honest. I think the side deck is fine, but we'll get into it. For Duress, kind of lazy, but it's just nice against things like Phoenix and Control, especially with Phoenix's moving to the red class. Dross wasn't particularly good against Ledger Shredder, but now that people are just playing that, you can nab it. Extra Fatal Push for aggro decks. Ray for things like Greasefang as well as humans. There's plenty of white creature decks. You could board this in versus like Elvish Mystic decks if you're really worried about that. Meathook Massacre for things like Sacrifice, just creature decks, grindy matchups. An extra Anoint for things like the Mire, and I already mentioned like the green or white Collected Company deck. Some more Gifted Aetherborns. I've already said this card sucks. There's 2 of the main 2 in the board. I guess it's for things like the Valiant Mouse deck, but I'm not sure. This could just be more removal, but it's nice to have things that help with your devotion count. Speaking of things that help with your devotion count, we have Leyline of the Void. This card's just, it's pretty good right now. It's pretty solid, and you're a devotion deck, so getting these black pips into play early is appealing. And then there's an Extinction Event, which is just another versatile sideboard card. It can be good against things like the Mire. Sometimes you can just like not play to the board and then deal with some of their things like Slasher or Demon. Also, it's good against like green white company. You can exile all their 3-drops. And Phoenix, you can exile all their Phoenixes and their Ledger Shredder. So just a solid card. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Doing best of 3, obviously. So there's only going to be so many matches. It's really difficult to make best of 3 videos sometimes because they just end up being so long. So I'm sorry if this one goes too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you just stayed or came for the deck, make sure to like and subscribe so you can check out more things like this. Otherwise, enjoy the games, and I will see you guys next time, all right? Take care. All right, against Gigantha. Go first. Happy to see a Fatal Push. It might be Slick Shot off deck. The Fling deck, whatever you want to call it. Oof, okay. Well, maybe it's... I don't know what this is. If it's not something fast, we have a lot of really good grindy cards. That was a good top deck, assuming that it's not something fast. But we miss. Kind of awkward. It's going to happen sometime. We don't have that many hits for it. Nice part is, even if you miss, like, you still get something out of it, right? Like, we will get a 5/5, assuming the game goes long enough. If this is just a mid-range mirror... I hate my spot. Oh, shit. That's tricky. Well then. We've got some ley lines in the board. This is the tree combo deck. But we might just get comboed out. I have very good tools of dealing with this in game 1. Fable time. Nope, okay. Okay, nothing too scary yet. Slasher off the top. Alright. So what, we're at 3 devotion, 4 devotion? God, it's so crazy how different the games are when your opponent has Fable on 3 versus when they don't. Opponent in the tank. Hopefully that means their options are bad and not good. I don't even know. I think I'm just gonna, if I draw like a land, I think I'm just gonna jam this for 5 and hope to flip a Grey Merchant, because I need to kill them as quickly as I can. I could block. I won't. If this dies, they just end up eating it, right? Sure. So we missed. So this always blocks, and then this is going to eat the slasher, and then this is going to go on this, which is going to fling and maybe blow me up. Well, that is not good. If I make a demon, go to 15. I just don't really see how we're winning this. It's going to be really hard. I guess I'll just play this and hope things work out. Attacking definitely does not seem like the play. Wow, we bricked both times? That sucks. I guess, I mean, I didn't really brick the second time, but I was hoping to, like, we didn't mill a creature either time. Okay. Got a lot of mana, but I don't know if it matters. Okay. It's just lethal? It's 4 and 4. No. 3/5, but I don't have a creature. So I know about the Liliana. I don't really have anything else going for me. Maybe I can't do anything. Nothing. Okay. So let's play Liliana. Play this. I guess I will edict them. Just face for 4. Okay, so are they gonna go face again? And I'm just praying I flip a Grey Merchant. So Thoughtseize. So Hive is gonna kill me? Cannot attack with Slasher. So if I flip the Grey Merchant, I win. Because they're gonna take 7, 11, then they're gonna go to 5, and obviously Grey Merchant kills them. 13, so how much devotion do I have? I have 8. It's 2, 10, so I have 15 damage. Plus I don't want to, I wanted the drain. Do I want to just be dead to the Hive? What are the odds I lose if I... I think if I hit the Grey Merchant, I just win no matter what. Maybe not no matter what, but I think I'm probably pretty favored to win. So we would have actually won the game We swung with both, but we didn't know we were going to hit, obviously. Pretty likely to, but... Okay, so I could Thoughtseize them. What if they only have trees? Does that matter? Go to 11. I'm going to Thoughtseize. Nice. Wow. Okay, cool. Nice little ginormous Gray Merchant drain. Alright, I want Leyline. Do I want Extinction Event? And do I want Gifted Aetherborn? I'm trying to think of what's in this deck. So it's like Fear of Missing Out, Cauldron, Fable, Blood Tithe Harvester, maybe Neonate. I guess, is this good? I think it's decent. Maybe I could have it on the play. Do I want to Anoint? Some Aetherborn's probably fine. I'm not sure if Push is even that good. But keeping the board clear is kind of appealing. What are the odds I get to do the slasher stuff? Liliana seems bad. I don't think I care about Heartless Act, really. I may as well just have pushes. Anoint is somewhat nice, I guess. Overlord's kind of slow. Maybe I don't need all the Gray Merchants. Maybe Annex isn't that important. I'm just gonna try to be disruptive. I'm gonna take out one of these. Maybe it's Overlord. Is Overlord? No, I think I'd rather have Overlord because it just helps me have the creature combos, right? Where like I either have Slasher Aclazotz or Aclazotz Gray Merchant. So I just want to curve like discard into Overlord into combo, or have Leyline. That seems reasonable. I'm gonna try this. This is kind of loose, maybe. We'll just hope we rip a discard spell. I don't really want to mulligan it. They're probably gonna have a bunch of discard. Oh. Shit. That's awkward. It still could be good. Who knows? Alright. Give me a slasher, please. Oh, we brick again, man? Wow. Okay. Yep. This is a beatdown. I think we died. A little unlucky, but it happens. I don't have a land, but maybe. I mean, they're gonna have stuff to do though. They're gonna cast discard spells. They can use bloods to redraw. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of a blank, I guess. Draw Slasher now. Okay. It's really embarrassing. So I play Slasher, they Harvester, and they grow their guy. But Bloodletter, they Harvester, they grow their guy. Should I just Gray Merchant them? This actually might be fine. I have to dodge a discard spell, but it's kind of an interesting line. Problem is they can Cauldron my stuff, but uh-oh. Okay. Well, take the 5/5 next turn. So this kills 6, and then they have +1. Have the counter here, which is plus. Did they have lethal? Alright, well, that was awkward. Pretty embarrassing from my deck, but we don't have to worry about that as much on the play. I'm trying to think if push is actually good. Alright, let's just have the Leyline instead of immediately top decking it. That would have been nice. So if I had the Leyline, what? I would have played the Bloodletter, a Harvester would have traded for it, and then instead of having to cast it, I still would have had the Grey Merchant. So I would have gained, what, like 6 to 9 life or something. Alright. Ready for a very embarrassing game where I died the exact same way. Hope the top of my deck is good, because they're probably going to be playing discard spells. If they just play Duress like they have every other game, it would be nice. Okay, well, that's value. At least this Grey Merchant will deal 6, sure. He's probably going to stay at 2-3. Oh, so lucky. See if they have an answer for this. That doesn't do that. Oh, okay, now they can have... What would they have that's 1 mana, though? Oh, sure. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not that good of value for me, because the Cauldron's somewhat useless, but... I think I can just do this. I have the castle. And it's not like I finally hit off of it. Wow. I was just expecting this to just be 2 mana mill for. But I have the castle to do stuff with, and it's not like it's no value because it's an extra 2 drain. Alright. Let's say goes to the graveyard. Dies, okay. So I think they're taking Grey Merchant, and I think I'm just going to jam the Archfiend and try to race. Them top decking Thoughtseize is kind of annoying. That was a good draw. Well, GG, I guess. Maybe not GG, but this is really strong. Yeah, this is part of why I have the deck built the way it is. Like, Overlord with Grey Merchant is just... It's really nasty in these sort of grindy matchups. A lot of times, I notice with, like, the traditional, like, demon-y version, people just kind of play removal, and if you don't have the Shrine, it can be hard to win. But the Overlord stuff helps a lot. Okay. That's a chump, right? 6. Or, yeah, this is lethal, right? Okay. Big drains. Alright, nice. GG. Alright. This hand's sweet. We'll keep. Phoenix, okay. Oh, their hand is sort of perfect. So what do I want to do? I kind of want to just take Cruise. I mean, we know they're going to find another one, but I think that's my best line here. It's Cruise or Talent, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, and I should have just taken the Talent. But I'm going to hope that we can just get him with Grey Merchant. In the past, like, this has been surprisingly good versus these Phoenix decks. Because they don't kill you that quickly, and they don't really have counters for it. And it does buy you a lot of time. So this Gifted Aetherborn is basically useless. But fortunately, we have this to play. I guess I could play the Aetherborn anyway, just to get the card in the graveyard. So this card is just kind of terrible. I don't know what to replace it with, but basically I just, it felt kind of silly to not have any creatures in my deck. The Aetherborn's gonna die anyway. I'll just try to nab the Picklock. Okay. Alright, your turn. Yeah, I just couldn't figure out a better 2-mana card. Like, it's possible you don't have to go that deep into the Devotion plan. Like, I was also thinking maybe you just don't play 4 Grey Merchants. But you could also main deck Leylines. That's something I experimented with. I think that it's just bad to play the Aetherborn. Like, it's not very likely they brick on spells for 2 turns in a row, but if they do, like, even casting this does give them the ability to loot. Just cast the bird, okay. I don't think it matters. I think I need to play my Grey Merchants out. I don't know, it kind of looks like I'm in a decent spot, but I don't really like my spot, to be honest. Like, they might just find a profs here. I guess we'll see. Grey Merch can do work. We do have these Mutavaults as well. If they don't find a profs, it's not that big of a deal. Obviously, Cruise is scary. Lightning Axe is decent. I do sort of need to answer my 5/5. And maybe I end up getting punished for not taking the talent. It's really hard to know. I'm curious what people would have done. Would you have taken the Cruise or the talent? Yeah, this is the type of game where, like, you play Pioneer and you're like, oh yeah, I can't just, like, I can't just, like, play my pet deck, right? Like, if my goal is to win, like, it's just a joke. My opponent's just playing Vintage and I'm playing these, like, old standard cards. But Treasure Cruise is a good in, turns out. Just so happens to be a strong card. Alright. So, this is happening end step. Discarded a Fiery Impulse. I'm getting my thing back. I think I'm supposed to just... I could double spell. I think they're going to clear my board either way. So this is going to be drained for 4 once they answer this, assuming they answer this. But this got left up as a blocker, so maybe they don't have Lightning Axe. What are the odds that we live through next turn? This can block a Phoenix as well, but I think it's going to die. I think I just play the stupid Grey Merchant. It's kind of close. So they sort of need to, like, axe this, then axe this. Yeah, it's just so... It's so likely that they have, like, 4 Arclight Phoenixes and will kill me with the profs next turn. Like... I guess the main reason I'm doing this is because it gains me a bunch of life. So they're trying to figure out if they want a Lightning Axe. Okay, so maybe they just don't have another Lightning Axe. They're probably going to have... They can just, like, double Impulse. Alright, I will play this. I guess I'll attack. Alright, so now we get our 5/5. So this has to get answered. Or it doesn't have to, but it's likely the case that they have to kill me or answer this, because I can get a Grey Merchant back. Okay, so we're getting double Phoenix. They got 27 cards left. Proft. This doesn't actually work, right? Since they jumped with their Phoenix. I don't think it works. Maybe it does. The beginning of combat on your turn. I think you have to declare the target. I'm not sure though. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna get 2 Phoenixes. You have a 5/7. Oh, they didn't. Wow. Okay. They just didn't cast this? Oh, that was a mistake. Okay. Alright. I attack. Just doing 2. Emergence 4. I guess 2. It's 4. Fear we cannot kill them. Just don't have the mana. What if I fire up both of my Mutavaults? Block here. Go to 2. I just kill one. What if I just Bloodletter and then Alpha? So I get Bloodletter, Mutavault, Alpha, Fiery Impulse, block. Go to 6, 4, and then I have a Grey Merchant in my hand. And I just have to hope that I can win and I can block. Alternatively, I could make a giant flyer. I could just attack. Attack Grey Merchant just doesn't feel that good to me. Forcing them to use the Fire Impulse, I guess, is somewhat appealing because they're doing it on their turn. Yeah, making YouTube videos is always difficult because, like, I'll just, I'm tanking and it's probably really boring. I think most people want to just be on to the next thing. It's not like I can articulate every thought. So, alright, so if... I will see. Probably gonna die. Maybe not. 21's a lot of life. But I wouldn't... Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we're fine. Like, they have to find a third cruise, right? I can block. I could find, like, another axe and a cruise and a third Phoenix. That's 9. They've drawn, what, like... It's probably 3. There's a Brazen Borrower. Is this enough already? Probably drawn like 5 cards, 10, 16. Now we'll see. Oh, they're dead. Unless I'm dead. We have lethal. I wonder if my opponent got unlucky. It kind of feels like they did. How big is this? 12, 18. GG. Wow. For whatever reason, it seems like we have pretty good luck against Phoenix with mono black. Our deck's kind of a meme, but post-board things get better, obviously. Alright, let's get Extinction Event and Duresses. Push is a lot worse because they don't have Shredders. Anoint's not particularly good. Aetherborn's also not particularly good. Liliana kind of sucks, but it's good if you have Leyline, I think. So I'm not sure if I'm going to board it out. Could just take out all the Gifted Aetherborns. It is difficult to kill if you have Leyline as well. What are my worst cards? I could trim on these. I'm not sure if they're that necessary. Maybe I just take these out. Kind of assume the control role. Hope to Leyline to stall the game out and then just win with drains. It's a fine plan. Do have to be careful of Crackling Drake. I guess I should have not. Should have taken out all my answers to Crackling Drake. Should I mulligan when I have 4 Leylines? It's a pretty tough mulligan. The deck's very good against Thoughtseize, though. I think I will. Okay. This hand seems great. I'll Thoughtseize so we can nab a creature. Talent. Okay. We'll dress the second talent. And then just play Slasher. I think we got rewarded for our mulligan. I think we could have won the game with that other hand, but without a Leyline, even if I Thoughtseize them, I probably have to take the cruise, and then they just get to do more talent stuff. You know, that might have been a mistake. I guess Hive is going to kill him really fast. Yeah, that's probably fine. What would they have? They draw into the Floodmaw? Okay, so they just wanted to loot. What am I not understanding? What just happened? Okay, am I stupid? What's going on? Oh, did they level 3? If a source you controls deal additional 2. Okay, I've never read the third part of this. Well, I mean, they're top decking back into the game. Somewhat. It's not necessarily getting them too far. I do have a reasonable clock. But, like, this is the type of stuff they need to do to be back in the game. If they just draw Crackling Drake, I might die. So this is 3. The Slasher will be back. Hive's hard to block. Okay, yeah. I mean, they're hitting all the things they need to hit. So Leyline is doing heavy lifting. Cruise just gets looted away by Shredder. I think if they don't draw Shredder, it's almost impossible for them to win. I guess I already said Drake. So maybe Drake and Shredder were the only cards that they could have that would get them back into the game. I guess I would maybe rather them draw Shredder than Drake, to be honest. So they're looking for like a Brazen Borrower for this, but the damage is kind of already done, and I do have a Hive to eat cards that end up in the graveyard. Oh shit. I guess I'm dead. It's 2-turn? Wow. Yeah. Damn, good game. Well, unlucky, but it's Magic. I don't know, do we have an out? Yeah. Well, they just chain together everything. Alright, yeah, I just needed them to not draw Shredder, I think. I guess they didn't have the mana to cast Drake. Interesting. Okay, so this is bad against Drake. I definitely want Liliana to answer both of those cards. I think push is that good. I want Gifted Aetherborn so I don't just get randomly beat down after I Leyline them. I think I'm fine with the plan I have. I also have Extinction Event. The Liliana should be good. I don't know what I want to take out. Yeah, that third class on talent got me. For the third upgrade. Okay, I have no clue what I want to board out. I want all my grindy cards. I think I'm just going to take out one of these. Could have been Overlord, maybe. But if I think Liliana is good, then Overlord is good as well. Okay. No Leyline. But I do have Slasher this time. Well, their hand is perfect. So it's going to be hard to win. I think I just am going to let them Slasher. And them having doubles makes my life so much harder. Yeah, I think we lost. GG's. Could have mulliganed to Leyline again, but I still have the problem of needing to deal with these Shredders. I'm unfamiliar with the new Phoenix lists. Like, maybe they've sideboard these. I think that my opponent just has 2 in their deck and they keep drawing them. That's good. Yeah. Well, if we just draw lands, maybe we could win. I kind of assumed that we wouldn't. But they're probably going to have interaction as well, so. Alright, let's go on Magic Online while we're waiting. Or Goldfish, MTG Goldfish. Dex metagame. Side decking Shredder kind of makes sense, maybe? This list has 0. I don't really know. I mean, maybe there's not a stock version. Maybe people are still just all experimenting. Yeah, it looks like no one's playing Shredder anymore. Like, if you play Artist Talent, you just cut the Shredders. Which makes a lot of sense. So I guess I'm happy with the way I sideboarded, but doesn't mean things will go your way. Alright, we need land drops, please. Probably already too late. Let's see. Shredder Cantrip Cruise is going to be hard to beat. Maybe Archfiend can carry me. You get the drains as well. Double Phoenix too, yeah. Brutal. This deck's so busted, man. It's just like, I mean, I'm not just gonna like make videos playing Phoenix, but like if my goal was to win in Pioneer, I don't know. But like imagine just playing Phoenix for 4 years and like that's your existence. I feel like it would just get so boring. Everyone's like, oh, Treasure Cruise is fun. It's like, I don't actually think Treasure Cruise is fun. I think winning is fun, and drawing cards adds consistency, and consistency removes variance, and that increases your win percentage. But, like, I don't know, just drawing a lot of cards is kind of boring. Just like, a missionary position strategy. All right, opponent bricked on land, which is insanely lucky for me. I think I'm just gonna stick this thing and hope they're just fucking dead. They get to Ancestral next turn, but we get a Drain. The Great Merchant's a huge number. This is coming in. Can't believe they bricked on a land. That's really unlucky. But, like I said, for whatever reason, we have sort of... We ride high on variance versus Phoenix, it seems like. All that being said, they could just, like, bounce my Archfiend and get back 3 Phoenixes. But, we might, like, if their turn isn't too bad here, we might stabilize. This Grey Merchant's just going to be so much. They have to block the Slasher, which is easy to do with a Phoenix, but I could play a new Archfiend, force trade on Slasher, drain, and then get another drain. And just set up the Grey Merchant that way. If I Archfiend again, I get to Thoughtseize too, which is nice. I have this 5/5 coming in that could threaten more Grey Merchants. Okay, now we might be in trouble. We'll see. Okay, so let's say they play another cantrip, double Phoenix. I get attacked for 7. One has to stay home. They have another 1-mana bounce spell. That's nasty. Axe, but no Phoenix. Okay, so now they serve with all. And I don't have a demon. Am I just dead? Probably just dead, right? Three, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. Yeah, I can't Grey Merchant. It's just not allowed. I guess I'm just dead. Like, we're gonna play Archfiend, and they're gonna answer it, but yeah, good beats. What could their hand be for me to win? I mean, that's not particularly scary. I guess they just need more Phoenixes. So they just need a Phoenix. This can only grow once, which means I get to block it. That's not a Phoenix. They need land and Phoenix. Or they just get bounce spell, I die. God, what a crazy game to win this would be. Just lands. Okay. So the Shredder didn't grow. So they have to find Phoenix. This is 2 spells, so they need land. What am I draining for? So did you find a Phoenix? This attack might be bad from them, to be honest. Let's get to deal them damage. Yeah. Smart opponent. Okay. I assume the only thing I could do really is Grey Merchant. Is there a better line? It's 6, 7, 8. Overlord's not even suiciding. I could Thoughtseize as well. I think I have to Grey Merchant. I'm gonna die to what? Like a Profs? So maybe I need to leave the Archfiend back. So if this attacks... This is tight. I think this is attacking. And then they're just gonna block. And I'm hoping this flips another Grey Merchant. I guess if they double block, they're gonna take 2 from a Phoenix. They're just Lightning Axing this. Maybe I should have attacked first. Yeah, this is something they should have just done right away. Okay, so what's my number? 8. So they have to block, which means they'll double block, which is not good enough to kill them. So they're double blocking, taking 4, and then I can animate Mutavault to drain to 2, 15, and I die to profs. So I guess I will just Thoughtseize them and drain them, and then go for the kill next turn. Oh shit, Ledger Shredder. Okay. Okay, so you go to 6, I go to 13. I have a flying blocker. Nykthos is really good, because that means I'll have more mana. Also, notably, this can't die. That was a pretty good draw. I think we're... I shouldn't speak. I think we're good. I think we're good. We'll see. I don't know even if they find like a cruise. I guess they just kill, and that's 12. It's like cruise bounce is 12 damage. And then I need to like flip a Grey Merchant. Okay. What a crazy game, holy shit. Consider... Yeah. Best of 3, best of 3 is like infinitely better than best of 1, but does make for some long videos. Okay, so I'm taking 12. How could I die? How could I take 1 point of damage at instant speed? I think I can just block the Phoenix, right? So let's say I chump the Archfiend. How the fuck do I die? They had to have like Shock in their deck or some crazy card. Spikefield Hazard, I guess. 9 to 4. Attack them for lethal. They kill one of my creatures. So they killed this. Whatever. Maybe I fucked up, actually. I don't want to lose to Spikefield Hazard. Oh, wait, was that just... It was 12, right? Okay, so animate demon attack. And we have Archfiend for the additional drain. No matter what, they're just dying, right? So kill this is 6. Kill this is... Play demon 6. Wow, what a match. Holy moly. I also could... I don't have that much devotions. 3. Like, I could have main phased. I could have main phased the Overlord. I guess I could still Overlord and then Nykthos. And then hit a Grey Merchant. I mean, they're dead. I'm just clicking buttons. Just want to see. Alright, GG. Wow. Wow. Phoenix is so good. I know we won, but like, what a powerful deck. Alright, GG. Always lucky. Alright. Probably the final match. Opponent goes first. Yeah, we'll try it. If there's something fast, we might just get ran over. But this is double black for devotion on turn 2. A turn 2 play, turn 3 play. Oh boy. Uh-oh. That's not what we wanted to see. Not a 1-drop. Alright, we're getting beat down. Let's see if we can stabilize. Our Liliana not looking particularly... I guess it's okay. It's probably not good against zombies in general. This board state, it's fine, but I think they'll be adding more things to the board. Slasher blocks decently. Okay. Wow. Alright. Well, this hurts. So I'm blocking this. Need 6 next turn. Keep the devotion count higher. So it's only gonna be 3, yeah, so we just can't do anything. Yeah, unfortunate. If we're on the play, we'll probably just win this game just by gray merchanting and stabilizing, but I think we're a turn off now. My opponent, I guess they're playing Rally the Ancestors. Maybe we can adjust post board and get the other games. I think I want some amount of Leylines. Maybe I don't want 4 though. Okay, am I stupid? So shove here is 6. I go to 2. You're just not attacking me? Okay. I mean, that's good. Can I win somehow? What if I draw another creature? I'm at 5 now. If I don't know what their other cards are. Oh, okay. Well, alrighty then. All right. So I think we should put all 4 Leylines in. Maybe they don't have Rally and Return to the Ranks, but I'm gonna guess that they do. Opponent with just like that absolute nuts too. What a strong hand. I feel like this would have beaten most decks. Yeah. Is it too late? I mean, it's a million times too late. All right, I'm tired. Sorry. Okay. GG. That was a beatdown. Okay, so this is the problem with Leyline, right? Is like they could just attack me. Happy to see someone playing zombies. That's cool. All right, let's put on our anti-get beatdown cards. Ray is fine, but I don't think I need it. Liliana seems terrible. Even Slasher doesn't seem that important. I could trim on the Bloodletter combo. I would much rather have Archfiend. And then just try to Leyline Gifted Aetherborn them. How good is Thoughtseize? It's fine. Not great. Do I think it's better than my other cards? I think if I'm Leylining, I don't need Thoughtseize. So 61. Just looking at my removal. Leyline does have the added devotion of working with Nykthos and Grey Merchant, which is nice. Like, if it's a borderline card for the matchup, it does at least do some other things, which is nice. Maybe I just take out one of these, and we're just pivoting to like anti-graveyard mid-range control, which is fine. I'll try this. I think I would not be surprised if we just like mulligan Leyline them and then die. Like if they have the champion on 1, it might be hard. Okay, this hand probably doesn't die as quickly as that other hand, so I'll keep it. I'll jam Aetherborn right away. And if it ends up getting Fatal Pushed or whatever, get it back. I think most of the time you're going to hit off this, but ensuring it is nice. So this is the type of hand we're having Leyline could be nice. Alright, I'm just going to get this spinning. Okay. Shit. Well, we could die to rally the ancestors. Yeah. That's the exact card I did not want to see. This is the thing that makes the game losable. I mean, maybe they don't have it in their deck. I don't think I can really play around it. If I attack, they just block with the supplier, so. Okay, so ranks does something, but they can't convoke, so it's not that scary. Rally doesn't really do anything. I guess they just don't have rally, right? Because they haven't shown me like at least drain. I think they've got to have rally, right? They have so many fatal pushes though. I don't know what's in their deck. It's just like a bunch of random stuff. Village Rites is in your deck too. They could have anything. At this point, I shouldn't try to predict too much. We know they have Return to the Ranks. Okay. Well, let's just do hiving, I guess. We're under no pressure. Trim the graveyard. Alright, what is the best? Just this guy? I could have some Sunken Citadels in my deck. That's not something I considered, but that might be... It's probably correct to have some number of Sunken Citadels. So if you're watching this and you're at this point in the video, maybe try one or two. I guess, like, it's awkward if you want to curve out, right? Like, you can go Thoughtseize, Overlord, Slasher, Bloodletter, and then Sunken Citadel ends up being kind of bad. Okay, so don't have Return to the Ranks. It's for 3. So Lord. Alright. Opponent making it as hard as possible. My draw was very good though. Okay. This breaking kind of cost us. Yeah, I mean, wow. Well, we get their stuff. Yep. Not bad for me at all. I just need to dodge more. Return to the Ranks. Alright, so we have 1 billion devotion. Let's add black. 6. Well, not 1 billion, but a lot. Draw a card. Gifted Aetherborn. So we could hive down this extra Lord. I think that's what I'll do. I'm getting the 5/5 as well. Should I attack? Trades here. I think I do attack. Hopefully we don't get too punished by some like other random card. Okay, I'll just kill the Lord, I think. We're getting them low. Alright, so this didn't end up dying, but... Oh, Hopefully we just like flip a Grey Merchant off this and win. I haven't seen a rally. Maybe they have like one. Oh god. Oh no. Alright. Slasher's good. Man, I'm getting 6. Search for 2. Alright, just don't have a good card, please. At least let me get one game. I mean, like, I feel like I've done everything I wanted, almost. They just have these, like, random things that are kind of owning me. Their draws have been, like, really good. Yeah, I mean, they just draw perfect. Literally, this person could not... Like, they're just picking the top of their deck. It's crazy. I guess I lost. I think I played around... Like, this eventuality would be so much worse if I played worse. Like, I would have already died. Not using the Hive and, like, picking off the graveyard. But I still just feel like I'm fucking dead. It sucks. Okay. Well, let's try to win anyway. So we're going to gain 1. They're going to take 1. I'm going to keep my devotion count up. I guess I want to keep my devotion count up. I'm just going to die next turn, though. Yeah, I mean, rough beats, right? Like, their deck is just random cards. Like, they have Village Rites, they have Dark Salvation. Like, you shouldn't be putting these cards in your deck where you're trying to maximize things like Return of the Ranks, because you just, like, lower the consistency and likelihood that you actually have good Return of the Ranks turns early in a game. Combined with the fact that you, like, have to draw Stitcher Supplier for your card to ever do anything, because it doesn't have a text box unless you're milling yourself. But everything for them has just come together, and, like, instead of milling over these cards, they've just, like, had them when they're high impact, milled an adequate amount of creatures to defeat things like Graveyard Hate, and just, like, top decked the right things at the right time. So, kudos to them, but a little unlucky. Maybe I draw... Yeah, I played my land. I punted. Yeah, GG. Whatever. It's just Magic, right? Like, I don't think anyone's walking away from this match going, wow, Zombies is so good. But if you want to play Zombies and, you know, you draw Stitcher Supplier and Return to the Ranks, it's a pretty good deck. I 5-0'd a lot of leagues on Magic Online back in the day with basically this deck. It had Luris, so it was a little bit better. But GG's. You know, yeah, like, I think, you know, obviously we ran bad, they ran good. That's Magic. But, is what it is. So, like, I would have had 4 mana. I wish I could look at my next card. I don't think it could have mattered. Because I had 3 floating that I spewed off. I could have played a castle that taps this, so I have 3. So, yeah, it's not like I can Grey Merchant. If we just draw a Leyline instead of, like, milling one of them, or just draw a Leyline over one of these lands and get it into play before this stuff happens, we obviously can't lose. And the only way for them to beat this stuff is to top deck ranks after all is said and done. And they did, so. This is what it is. GG's. Alright, I think that's the last match. This deck's been pretty good. I've been winning a lot with it. You know, Grey Merchant gang, what up? Alright, like the video, subscribe, all that shit. I haven't recorded in a while, so I forgot what you're supposed to say when you're doing YouTube stuff. But I appreciate you guys. See you in the next one. If you enjoy Mono Black Devotion and you want infinite Mono Black Devotion, keep hollering at me, because I've been having a lot of fun playing with this deck. And I do think that Duskmourn has been meaningfully impactful to making this deck less of a joke. Like, the demon stuff is already in a lot of Pioneer decks. The Overlord plays extremely well with Grey Merchant. And Bloodletter of Aclazotz also plays really well with Grey Merchant. So, enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.